Okay, so we are officially back from Brown's Exhaust, and I'm both excited and not excited. I'm happy but sad, you know. You know how it is with getting an exhaust system. But the worst part is we have to be HOA compliant. In this area, they're something else. So we ended up, oh, you can't really see it back there. We ended up getting some walkers, nice and quiet. Great exhaust location. They worked with me on the price, worked with me on the work. Did it in a manner that's perfect for my doing. So let's go ahead and set you guys up. You know, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. Could have definitely been much worse. But it's quiet, and that's, I mean, at least it's now in compliance with the HOA. That's kind of the only thing I care about. Pretty quiet up front, overall. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I promise I'm working on it. So, Monte Carlo, obviously, working on this. Not priority by any means, that's not the word I'd be looking for, but needs to be done soonish. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna clean up all this wiring. I recently installed this dual fan and attempted to have it run by the PCM. That failed miserably, so that's kind of a bummer. But we're gonna take out this cooling for the heater core. We just installed a new little U-kink thing. Gonna be drilling and tapping this for a temperature sensor. I know that we have that one over there on the cylinder head, but I'm going to use that for a thermostatic switch for these fans. And we're going to be working on battery locations back over to here. I know it belongs here, but with the wiring and everything, that's just the place it was. Working on doing a bunch of free stuff. A lot of just movement around, figuring it out. We're going to start with, so all these wires from the loom, they did go to stuff. We had a couple browns, a couple purples. Trying to do the electric fan with it. That's ended up not working out in our favor. So we're gonna do, so slide those out, toss them aside. Okay, nice and easy. Take care of our scanner here. I haven't mounted the OBD2 in the car yet. It's just kind of dangling for now. Just because I wanted to get everything running and ready before I did all that. We're going to need a flat blade screwdriver for those. Okay, those are loose. I'm not sure how some of that. Alright, with that done up there, we can move on to some other things. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect because we still have to wire that up, but it looks a little better. Tidied this up really quick. Sorry, it's focusing on that. Took some wires from over here. We're going to move the battery, get a few more things. I'm going to clean off this fender well, that fender well, just kind of spray it down a little bit. Nothing too intensive. But yeah, small wiring adjustments, a lot of zip ties, I know. Getting it right isn't my priority. Getting it done is. We're going to go ahead and start moving on to the wiring, the cleaning, and then we'll be right back. Just kidding, I'm out of degreaser. So what we're going to do instead is take this thermostat sensor style, and we're going to replace it with this thermostat switch. This is a normally open switch that will activate up to 2 fans, ground-wise. This will hit a certain temperature, which is 185 for this. I know it's not the most ideal temperature, but that's what my thermostat is, a 180, 185. I'm going to replace it with that really quick. And it will help with these guys when we install them, because I tried to run it off the PCM, had issues with that, the low speed, high speed, couldn't figure it out. I don't have HP tuners, I have Tuner Pros, so it could be that, who knows. Regardless, I'm just going to hardwire it into this so that we have an on-off at all times, and go from there. Alright, it's pretty simple. Alright, so that was supposed to be 1/8 NPT, such as this. Turns out it was not. It was just regular 1/8 thread. So it bottomed out the threads, but hopefully that will work. Fingers crossed that when we get it up to temperature, that doesn't just seep. I've got a brand new battery and lug set coming in for that. So let's get this battery out of the way. That'll end up back over here on the driver's side of the car. We're gonna take these guys. So after just mutilating everything, I got it off. This is still gonna get mounted here for the alternator. We're gonna run a new line from the battery positive over to this lug to ensure that we have a good crossover from there to the starter to the alternator. But for now, we're just gonna close that up. So I got this from Amazon. It is a breaker switch. You put your fuses here, your ground's here, your positive here. And I'm having an issue because I don't know where I want to mount it. I don't know if you guys can see it down here. So I was thinking about mounting it here, just as like a little out of the way scenario. Thinking here. I'm so torn. So many things. Yeah, so that's kind of the dilemma I'm in. So, right there. That's actually probably where we're going to end up putting it. Yeah, I like that. Okay, well, that solves our problem. Just kidding, we're putting it there. So it actually came with mounting screws. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a drill bit first to start a pilot hole, since these are not self-tapping screws. Alright, since I can kind of see where we're going with this already. Nice and easy compared to everything else we try to do in this world. That off. Oh, it irritates me. Alright. Just like that. So it's a side post battery. Side post clamp, obviously. We got, let's see if it'll focus. We got that. Fits right over that. They just screwed into the battery. Alright, to produce our cable, we got our cable cut, our little butt connector. And this guy goes inside of this. Oh. Let's open that up, down, take a hammer, boom, and then you've got your dimple for the crimp itself. So let's go ahead and do that. So that's kind of the finished product, kind of crimps it in there. So we're going to slide our heat shrink over it and heat that up, and that'll obviously shrink down. We'll test the other side. So I know right now it looks pretty bad, but this is the wiring routing I'm going to use. So we're going to go main harness down through this little grommet that's in the stock body there. Around, I'm going to tidy all this up back through the grommet and into the positive side, which will be the shorter side over here. Again, this is all going to get tidied up. This is just rough routing for now. So let's go ahead and cut our length, get a rough idea of where we're going to put everything. So we got it ran to there. That broke. Rip. So we got it ran down, up and around. Through that grommet, got a little bit of a cable tie here. I am going to add more sheath to that, and it does have wiggle room, so it's not just fixed, so it doesn't rub and get all frictioned. Got another one here behind this sheathing, through the grommet, around, and it'll go right to the battery cable, right there. So that's one of two done. I got to do the ground cable, which I'm going to do to the engine, because it's right there. You may as well probably to that guy, that bolt, have it ran around and up. That or to the front of the block. I'm not for sure yet. We're going to figure that out momentarily. So the good news is we can use the original negative cable, and we can go right to the block, right there on that threaded port. The other good news is I'm a hoarder, and I have just the thing for that block. Thread right in. It's perfect. Let's go ahead and get that mounted. And with that, we have our negative battery post on there, ready to go. Positive ready to go. We've got the battery to the side. We have a battery tray coming in on Monday. That's why this is all janky right there for now. Next will be the distribution block here. And then starting on the wiring for the fan. Doing a couple other things, accessory-wise, getting the fuel relay powered up. A couple other things running to the battery. And then I think it's back to where it was before, running and driving, but a little cleaner. We're gonna definitely clean out this, clean out that. Everything's gonna be prettier. So don't worry, that'll be a separate video as well. May mesh it in here, who knows. It depends on how long it takes. But yes, we're gonna go ahead and Says we can't do much with this because we're waiting for the battery. We're gonna get started on the little wiring, such as that relay. Going from there, I gotta make a relay for this guy, so I'm gonna have to go purchase one. And yeah, we'll go from there. So looking a little further, we got the fuel pump relay signal wire attached to a 30 amp. We got the PCM signal wire, geez, sorry about the finger. Got it attached in there. It's looking pretty good. We got the power wire coming out. We're gonna loom all this, make it look prettier. I mean, it's still not the best. We did end up covering up some of the wires. We did some heat shrink on the externals of the wires so they don't touch. And yeah, no, it's not the prettiest of setups, but neither is the whole swap. This whole scenario is meant to be a budget-friendly, kind of do as you go, and I'm not saying that I've taken it the most serious, because it has been kind of, I wouldn't say cobbled together, but it's definitely been more or less thrown together. This is a high-mileage motor, T56, that came out of an unknown car with 50,000 miles. This wiring isn't the best. I'm gonna do my best to make it look pretty, but at the end of the day, as long as it's functional, that's what matters the most. I just want to drive the damn car. Yeah, so Monday we got parts coming in for the box. We've got a relay coming in for the power distro style wiring. We're gonna wire up the fans, get all that going. I know this wasn't the most entertaining video that I could have taken. Wasn't rushed, but it wasn't taking time. Needed to get something out, wanted to get something out. Kind of a filler episode. Watch your favorite anime, it's a filler episode. But we're gonna start on actually getting the wiring down to a T. It is just hot as can be in South Carolina, and I need parts. Parts are on their way. Power steering pump went out recently. Bunch of wiring to do. I'm gonna take videos of this, don't worry, but it's hard to do things and record at the same time. Trying my best, gonna make the most of it. See you guys in the next video.